Welcome to the Under Review podcast, where Saturdays mean everything, rivalries run deep, and the SEC reigns supreme. Hosted by Todd and Marty, two die-hard fans breaking down every snap, storyline, and showdown across the Southeastern Conference. From the swamp to the plains, between the hedges to the bayou, no team is safe when it's under review. Now back to the action with Todd and Marty.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 75.
Oh, 75. Hola, ¿cómo está, mi amigos?
All right. Episode 75 is a short week, so we won't keep you that long. No promises. But I am your host, Todd. Alongside me is my co-host, Marty. First, I want to give a shout-out I want to thank God for getting us here, bringing us to another week. Yes, I say it repeatedly because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, bringing us here and giving what we can to y'all to let y'all listen in or watch, depending on.
Not to make light of that statement, but the Lord's chicken kicked my tail today.
Well, it'd be nice to have some Lord's chicken every now and then.
Well, you know where one's at.
Well, we used to get it for free at work. Free for us, at least.
Hey, I was there today. I talked to Uncle Hunter and everything.
Yeah, I seen you. But again, thank you to the Wise for letting us get here. Thank you to the Dadpod with Hunter Brassfield and Nicholas Adams. They will be making an appearance sometime in the near future. Hopefully, I still need to talk to Nick about it. But Hunter will be on for a week, and then it's supposed to be the following week Nick's supposed to be on. Still got to talk to him about it to make sure he's freshened up on everything.
Do you have somebody in mind for... Oh, I won't be here. Yeah, well. For next week?
What?
Was somebody coming on next week?
Next Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah, it's me and Brandon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he might just do the whole show with me if you're not going to be here.
I'll be here Thursday. We're coming back Monday.
Oh, you just said he wasn't... Oh, okay, never mind.
I'll miss the recap.
Yeah, okay. And then thank you to the creative team, Brandon Trammell, Jud Dickinson, and Cody Mealer.
I see the Screaming Demon is wide open today.
You already know. Let's go ahead. Should have brought this up first. Reflects on last week. You said you forgot something?
Yeah, but I know I want to talk to Kev-o about it. So
okay. We'll save that for later.
We got a few minutes when we get to the red team.
Yep. So let's go ahead and throw it around the state. And for some of y'all that didn't see it last week, go on Facebook and watch the video of Marty absolutely losing his mind last week during the blackout.
We had a session. Honestly,
great.
God, I really got about halfway through it, and then I realized it was recording. I was like, well, send it.
Well, I cut it out of the actual video, but I still posted that.
Right. Well, I seen it, and I was waiting for you to come back on, and the music kept playing. And one time when I go like this for you to cut it.
Yeah, he's very subtle about it.
Yeah.
But for around the state, Sanford's still sitting at 0-5. South Alabama, who has a big in-state battle this week, they're 1-4. Troy and UAB are both 2-2. Jacksonville State is shocking 2-3. Hopefully they'll turn it around. North Alabama 1-3. Alabama State 3-1. Alabama A&M 3-2. West Alabama 5-0. Did you see the stuff going on about Florida A&M last week?
I did not.
So apparently the announcer or whatever for the game.
I did. Yeah, the honeybees.
Oh, the honeybees, the new face of Ozempic.
Well,
there's no place for that in any sport. Yes, it could have been funny at the time. Even I didn't think it was funny, and I think a lot of things are funny.
Solid point.
But I do like the honeybees. That game that we went to was...
I was about to say we did, and that's, just because you're a certain size don't mean you can't do...
Buddy, them 350-pound ladies, and they shaking it, and they getting it. Yeah. Go watch the honeybees. That's Alabama State honeybees, and you won't be disappointed,
we just won't mention them to Charles Barkley.
But got a bye week for Jacksonville State and West Alabama. West Alabama was supposed to play. Their game got postponed because of the team had a lot of injuries. They're looking to reschedule that later on in the season, but for as of right now, they are postponed, so they will not play this week. So Jacksonville State and West Alabama are off. Then bringing in our first matchup is the Army Black Knights, who are 1-3, go to UAB, who's 2-2, 11 a.m. on ESPNU.
This is going to be a terrible game to watch.
Yeah. I feel that.
I mean, I think UAB might have a little more talent than Army, but then again, this would be one of the games you could sleep through.
You know, I like rolling with my Army Black Knights, but I'll stick with different here.
Yeah, but like I said, that's you wear the UAB, so
just not the diploma.
Well.
Then we got a SWAC conference. Bethune-Cookman coming off a big win last week over Alabama A&M. Who was 2-3. I guess I got their record wrong. I must have been dyslexic a little bit last week.
Didn't we pick them because of their logo?
Yeah.
Okay, so we won.
Going to Alabama State, who's 3-1. This will be a 2 p.m. kickoff. On SWAC TV. I want that TV.
I was about to say that's got to be some crazy stuff on that.
I want some SWAC TV. They got a lot of HBCUs in the SWAC conference and in the Southern Conference. I just think it'd be good to watch.
Yeah. Say, hey, real quick, do you need James Spann at your house?
There's a Hurricaneator in here.
That's what I was getting at. No, but I really don't know. I mean, again, I might go for the mascot thing this week.
Well, Bethune-Cookman played a great game against Alabama A&M last week. Alabama A&M, it don't seem like a bad team here in the SWAC, but I think Alabama State might be the best team in the SWAC conference. No bias whatsoever, so I'm taking the Honeybees here.
Yeah, just to be different, I'm going to go with Bethune.
They won last week, so I mean...
Oh,
here we go, kicking it off in another game inside the United Athletic Conference. Is 1-3 North Alabama going to 2-3 Abilene Christian University, 2 p.m. on the ESPNU app. Love me some roaring lions, but I think the Bob Kitties will get them here.
They got a better logo.
Almost the same color scheme.
Yeah, I like that's pretty much almost. I bet that could get confusing.
Not if one of them's wearing white.
But they may think it's their away jerseys.
Who knows? But I'm going to take Abilene.
Yeah, I'm going to go Abilene.
You need to look up Tarleton State. I like their colors, too. They beat Army earlier this season. Ooh, got a barn burner in the Southern Conference. 0-5. Sanford goes to 3-1 Mercer Bears. 3 p.m. kickoff on the ESPNU or ESPN Plus app.
I'd probably rather watch a burn pile.
Well, I mean, this is a Mercer team that will go into Jordan-Hare Stadium later on this season.
I seen them play last year at Alabama, and it wasn't.
Well, I think they'll have enough to beat Sanford, though.
I would like to think so. Sanford.
Like I said, I don't know any of their stats. I don't want to know any of their stats.
They can't have many.
Right. Another SWAC matchup between 3-1 Jackson State versus 3-2 Alabama A&M. 5 p.m. on the ESPN Plus app.
I like Jackson State.
I do like Jackson State. I think, post Dion, they're still kind of trying to rebuild what Dion left them. But I think Jackson State does have a pretty good team. I think this week not being on the road might help Alabama A&M. So I'm gonna stick at home here and go the Bulldogs from A&M.
Yeah, they're still trying to fight with what Dion had left.
And here's that big matchup I was talking about. It's a Sun Belt Conference matchup. 1-4 South Alabama versus 2-2 Troy Trojans. 6 p.m. kickoff on the ESPN Plus app. I changed Troy's logo because the freaking thing kept messing me up.
I'll talk to you about that later. But no, I like Troy here. North Alabama and Sanford could play. If they played each other, I'd definitely sleep.
I think Troy's going to win this game. I really do. I think they have the better matchup, not based off records or anything. I think they have the better team, to be total. South Alabama's still reeling after, a couple losses. Fluff Bothwell.
A couple losses?
4!
All of them but one.
And one of them was to Auburn, too.
Oh, man.
We'll step aside, take a word from our sponsor, and we'll be back shortly.
Hey, babe, we got ants.
Okay, kill them.
No, really, there's a lot of freaking ants.
Well, what do you want me to do? I ain't no expert.
Well, fine then. I'll call Tactical Home and Pest.
Go ahead and call Benjamin.
Hey there, this is Ben with Tactical Home and Pest, proud sponsor of Todd and Marty and their Under Review podcast. And can I just say that if the bugs I deal with had referees, I'd be called for targeting. Tactical Home and Pest, 256-592-2842, or visit me at tacticalhomeandpest.com.
Every time?
Every time.
Then we've got one SEC matchup. This will be this week's Inside the SEC.
So, real quick, is this the most we've had on a bye 1 week, or does it usually...
Well, in our 2-year span, yes.
Okay, I was about to say, because...
It's a lot.
Because
as you bring that up,
okay.
7 teams are on a bye. Arkansas, who, good for them, as they get an extra week to learn Bobby Petrino and see what he has bringing in. They did fire Travis Williams, a defensive coordinator.
From Auburn.
Right.
We talked real highly of him last year, but I guess...
He's a 2-time Rosa winner. 23 and 24.
I just don't understand why it didn't translate.
I don't either. Auburn, much needed bye, going into Georgia next week. Two one-score losses. I'm not going to get riled up like I did last week. But I won't get riled up at the postgame show because they're not playing this week.
We'll probably still get riled up.
Probably. Alabama's probably going to win. LSU, they need it. They got to regroup after that loss to Ole Miss. Ole Miss coming off a big win over LSU. South Carolina is another team right here that really needs a bye, and they got it now. Missouri, they're playing good. Go Missouri. Tennessee,
woo.
Woo. Tennessee, another one. Early season bye for them. I think, they're still winning. It might hurt them coming up. Hopefully it won't. Tennessee's a really good team. I just feel that this bye could throw them off track here. I think them and Missouri. Both.
Right. So that's what I was about to ask. Who on here desperately needs the bye, and then who could give or take it?
I could give it to 3 teams. I could give it to Arkansas, Auburn, and South Carolina. I think definitely Arkansas will need it going into a coaching change. I think having that extra bye week helps them prepare just a little bit more. I think the team that it hurts the most is Missouri. They come off the bye, they got Alabama. That's going to hurt. Yeah, you're giving them more time to prepare, but they're also I would, to me, yes, coming off a bye and playing a good team like Alabama can be good, but at the same time, it can hurt you. And I think it might hurt Missouri in this situation next week.
Right. I really think, especially since Auburn's playing Georgia after theirs, I think it's much needed. Much needed. Hope. I don't know if anybody's coming back as far wise. And like I said, I do think someone like you were talking about Missouri can be in Tennessee's favor. I mean, they didn't play the cleanest game last week. So
did they play last week again?
Or
we got a podcast. I can't keep up with it.
That's what I tell people. Brittany says all the time. She goes, "You got a podcast? Don't you even know?" I'm like, I leave that to Todd.
Right. Tennessee played. Oh yeah, definitely. They about lost to Mississippi State.
Exactly.
So I feel like it's going to be good for them. Just better for Arkansas.
Yeah, I think the week after the bye week is probably going to be the most important for most of these teams. For, like you said, the Arkansas, the coaching change, Auburn with Georgia, Mizzou going in to Alabama, and stuff like that. So, and LSU needs it. LSU didn't.
Right. I think LSU's going to get a wake-up call.
Yeah.
But, it's going to be how far can that hold them till the next bye week. So let's go ahead and kick off this one game.
Powered by Riverside FM.
No cuss words here. But Kent State might say a couple as the 1-3 Golden Flashes go into number 5 ranked, Boomer Sooners, who are 4-0, 3 o'clock kickoff on the SEC network.
So is
Boomers by 30.
Yeah. Mateer going to be back, or is he still out?
Or Mateer's out for a month.
Oh, month. Okay.
He'll miss this. He'll miss the Texas game.
Even with that, Oklahoma still looked pretty good last week.
Yeah, they really did because they was on a bye.
Exactly.
I think, but Michael Hawkins Jr. isn't a bad quarterback. He comes over from Mississippi State, he played great football last year. No, I lied. Yeah, Hawkins Jr. Mississippi State. No. He was at Oklahoma last year. He's the one that beat Auburn.
Oh,
yeah.
You said there's somebody say some cuss words.
But I was thinking of Van Buren, Michael Van Buren, who transferred to LSU. But I think Hawkins Jr., he played great. So I wouldn't see a real kick up here against the Golden Flashes, especially, who what is usually known as the worst team in the FBS, but they have one win this year, so
was that against Sanford?
Probably. But I think Boomers are by 30 at least.
Oh, yeah.
But now we're going to take our last ad break, and we're going to bring in Kev-o, and we're going to talk about some real games.
This episode of the Under Review podcast is brought to you by Chuck's Heating and Air. Chuck has over 40 years of service and experience with residential services. He services most makes and models. He is Alabama licensed, bonded, and insured, and locally owned and operated. Are you hot and you're supposed to be cool? Are you cool and you're supposed to be hot? Then you've got a problem. Call Chuck. Area code 256-892-2757. Again, 256-892-2757. Chuck's Heating and Air.
Can you hear him fine, Todd?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now let's bring in our special guest, Kev-o.
Yeah. Sounds like you got a wrestling match over there.
I do. I was wanting to see these pictures, but
yeah. Kev-o, it's the picture when we all went to the Braves game and got our towels and got beat.
Yes.
And then, and what's that other picture, Todd? You and him?
That was my going away party.
Ah. Can he?
When I left.
Todd, can you hear Kevin?
What do you say?
Hold up. Let me unplug something.
You know how to plug things up?
No, not really.
Okay.
Todd, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Kev-o, can you?
I can hear you.
Okay, there we go. That's better. I just had to unplug my headphones. Yeah, so, Todd threw a couple pictures up on the screen. You and him at his going away party in our Braves game, so.
Yeah, it's not even letting me connect now like it was doing a while ago. I don't have nothing for some reason.
Jeez.
All right. Well, like I said, we can just do it this way, Kev-o. Todd can hear you fine, so.
So now we're going to get into our Under Review podcast games of the week. First matchup is an SEC matchup here at Sanford Stadium. 2-2 Kentucky go to 12 ranked 3-1 Georgia Bulldogs. 11 a.m. on the ABC network.
Man, if Georgia don't beat them by at least 30, Georgia's really good ball game against Alabama. Just come up short. Kentucky can't find enough momentum to, I guess, piss out of a urinal. But this has definitely got to be all Georgia this early in the morning.
Kev-o?
Kev-o, can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right, we got Georgia and Kentucky.
Yeah, right here on this one, I'm definitely going to have to go with Georgia on this one. Not only coming off that loss last week against Alabama, but also I just don't believe Kentucky's got enough firepower there on that one. So I'm definitely going with Georgia on that one.
Yeah, I feel like Kentucky can have the momentum, just not against Georgia this year. They have a lot of pieces that they need to figure out. Cutter Bowley being the biggest one. Zach Calzada, we figured, is not the answer. Cutter Bowley is a young guy, young freshman coming in. He just has to figure out a lot. I just think this Georgia 12th ranked team is going to be a lot for him at 11 a.m. inside Sanford Stadium.
Yeah, I think it's a clean sweep, all dogs.
All right, this next one is 3-1 Texas. It's ninth ranked Texas. SEC matchup going to the Swamp to play Florida, who is 1-3, 2:30 on the ESPN app or ESPN.
All right, Kev-o, what you got for Florida and Texas?
Texas. Going at the first. I believe Texas is going to have more on this one, so I'm going with the Longhorns.
Horns up, and I'm gonna stay with Kev-o, but Todd, Kev-o, do y'all think this game could be Billy Napier's last game if it gets out of hand, just like Pittman did last week?
I believe this game would be his because it is the Longhorns. It's definitely going to get harder if he loses this one. I don't believe this would be his game where they'll fire him.
Well, I agree with Kevin. I don't think this game. I think again. I've said since the beginning of the year. I think it's going to be that Mississippi State game for Billy Napier. Could be his last one. I've had big hopes coming in for Mississippi State, so it gives them a couple weeks. They got Texas, and they got Texas A&M, and then they get Mississippi State. So I think he'll be okay here. But I'm going with Texas as well. As much as I despise Arch Manning, I don't think DJ Lagway and this Florida team right now, even with Terry and Sapp or whatever his name is on the defensive line, I just don't think they're that good. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think so. If Arch struggles here against this pretty bad Florida team, like we talked about earlier, is this we need to start looking at who's behind him?
I know who's behind him. The kid from Troy last year. Caldwell.
Oh, yeah. So,
play.
Right. So, but do you think Shark will, I mean, if it gets out of hand, I think he'll come in and play, but could it be where they sit him down even if the game's close?
I don't think they'll sit him if this game's close. I think they will sit him if they lose, but I don't think they'll sit him during the game.
Makes sense.
If Florida can keep it close, maybe next week, but they do play Oklahoma next week, so I don't know. Texas is in a rough spot.
Florida gonna win another game?
No,
probably not.
It was South Florida was their last chance.
Yeah.
We're going ahead and move on to this next one. Took it a minute. 4-1 Mississippi State is an SEC matchup. Go to Kyle Field and 6th ranked 4-0 Texas A&M Aggies. 6:30 on the SEC Network.
As much as I don't want to, and the dancing men at Texas A&M, I really like. But yeah, the cheer. Oh, I about said a bad word. The cheering guys, I just think they got a little too much for Mississippi State. And I know you had a lot of your eggs in the basket for Mississippi State this year.
And for Texas A&M.
Oh, true. But I think most of your eggs are going to prevail with Texas A&M.
Yep.
Kev-o, what you got on Texas A&M Mississippi State?
This game, I'm all Texas A&M on this one. I believe Mississippi State gave it their all last week, and so I believe Texas A&M's going to take it.
Yeah, Texas A&M, they look, I mean, not the best Auburn team, but
it's one of the better ones in the last recent years.
Well, true. So I'm not cutting them there, but
I think Mississippi State coming off a big loss, a close loss to Tennessee at home though. I like Mississippi State. I still have all my eggs in a basket for Texas A&M. Yeah, they're playing good. They beat Auburn, but they barely beat Auburn. That's the thing. Am I saying Mississippi State is better than Auburn? No. But I am going with the upset.
Oh, Jesus. I know you.
I'm going Mississippi State in a close one.
Casey's inception, and I don't know, man. They're really good. I mean, I don't know if they're number 6 good, but they're way better than 4-1 Mississippi good.
You get number 6 for beating Auburn team?
Solid point.
This is going to take us to our interstate game of the week. This is an ACC matchup, 4-0. Number 3 ranked Miami Hurricanes go to Florida State, who's 18th ranked, who's 3-1. The interstate game of the week, 6:30 on the ABC network.
Chop you, Seminole, whatever. I'm not the biggest fan of either of these teams. I do like color schemes and all that stuff, but Miami's rolling. I mean, I know our old buddy Greg, he's a big Cane fan. And
not with the third leg.
Right. I don't say it was a fluke that Virginia beat Florida State. This is still a pretty decent Florida State team. But in this one, you got the U, baby. All right, Kev-o, Miami, Florida State.
Now, on this one, is Florida State's quarterback, is he still healthy? Castellanos, whatever.
Yes. Yeah, with that fine interception in the end zone.
Either way, I'm still going with the Hurricanes on this one, for sure.
Yeah,
They're going to take care of business, and Carson Beck's going to take care of it.
Yeah, I didn't know how he would translate going to SC or from SEC to ACC. And I thought he's done really well. So, I mean, I do like the Canes here. And not saying this can't be on upset alert because, like, again, Florida State's not a terrible team. You know, they're really good in the ACC. And sometimes that happens, you get beat. But here, I think Miami could take a close one.
Yeah, I like both of these teams. I really do. I like Carson Beck. CJ Daniels, all the days, is the wide receiver. Really good. They're 4-0 right now. Number 3 in the nation. Number 1 in the ACC. Florida State. They beat Alabama. I like them already. That takes back from the 2013 when they beat Auburn. They just beat Alabama.
Oh no, I still don't like crab legs.
It still hurts. But being 3-1 though, that big loss to Virginia does hurt them. But now they come back home. They're playing a good Miami team. This is for the Florida Cup because Miami's already beat Florida. Florida State's going to beat Florida. So there's only the other team in the matchup. That's Miami. So this will be for the Florida Cup.
What about USF and?
No, it's a trophy between Florida.
Oh, with them 3? Okay, that's right.
Yeah, like the military schools.
Right. This
so
is the second leg.
Yeah. But I think Miami, they're a great team. Them losing here, it's not going to drop them far. I think they still can have a way inside the championship, ACC championship, if they lose. And I think they will lose here.
Not so fast. I don't know. It's like I said, this is kind of one of these toss-up games because we're talking about it at work today as far, you know, the way this rivalry is. It's similar to an Iron Bowl feel.
Right.
So, I mean, a lot of times, unless it's just something drastic, like an unranked team going into like a 1 or 2, but this game could go either way. But if I was a betting man, I would bet on Sebastian.
I don't do that. But now, what brings you to the Under Review Podcast Game of the Week? That is 5-0, 16th ranked Vanderbilt Commodores go inside Tuscaloosa, College Game Day. 3-1, 10 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. SEC matchup, Also, your under-review podcast game of the week, 2:30 on the ABC Network.
All right, Kev-o, where you going, Alabama and Vandy?
I definitely got to go Roll Tide on this one. I wasn't too pleased with Alabama's run defense last week against Georgia. And we all know that the quarterback for Vandy, he's going to do a lot of running. So,
And a lot of talking.
We're definitely going to have to step up our run defense. So, offensive line's going to definitely have to do their job. But being at Alabama, I'm going to go with the Tide.
Yeah, I most definitely. That was one thing me, you, and Boog talked about. Really, was one of the biggest shocking thing is how pretty much Georgia just ran all over Alabama, like 260 something plus yards, which is very shocking for this pretty good Bama defense. I don't like Vandy. I'm not a Pavia fan, but I think he will challenge Alabama. Now, whether it wears off in the fourth quarter, and it's weird to say, but 2 weeks in a row, I'm going to go red team. And if this turns out to be a blowout, it won't surprise me.
You thinking it's going the other way, huh? You thinking that Bama's going to blow it out?
I think they have a chance to, because I mean, yes, they come off a really scarce win against a really good Georgia team, but like you did say, the offensive run defense was pretty sparse. Secondary did pick up a lot of the play. I think Vandy's line is okay, but I do think they're going to have to pay more attention to Pavia because his wheel set is a little bit different than Gunnar Stockton's. So he does have that option to pull it and run more than Stockton would. If it does, it won't surprise me, but I think Vandy keeps it close to halftime. You know, Alabama maybe get up and they keep it close, but I think at the end it's going to be within 21.
Okay.
My thing is here,
if you say something stupid,
I hope they both lose.
Well, true.
But in college football, you can't tie like Green Bay and Dallas did.
Oh, that was horrible. Staying up till 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. I fell asleep. But Diego Pavia, he's a talker. But he has the game to back it up. Alabama, they lose their first week. Everybody says, oh, Alabama's done.
Mm-hmm.
They come back. They play Wisconsin to beat them. They play, is it Louisiana Tech or somebody?
Monroe.
Louisiana Monroe. They beat them. And then everybody's like, oh, they're back. Then they beat Georgia. Okay, I think Alabama wins this game. I say Alabama by 10. Just somebody to shut up Pavia. I'm not saying go in and hurt him. Tim Keenan needs to pop him right in the mouth.
You talking about he needs some humble pie?
The one from The Help. I think Tim Keenan's big enough to do it. So.
No, he's not the one with that had the neck deal a couple weeks ago.
The big old 92?
Kev-o, is that the same guy we was talking about Saturday that got carted off practice?
No. You're thinking Latham.
Latham. Okay. I got my Q's and L's backwards. Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm going to take Alabama here.
Yeah, again, Alabama, I don't see an upset in here. But Pavia does have a chance to play them really close. I don't think he'll win, but Pavia can play them close.
I just need to lose.
Well, it does help.
Not you, it don't.
No.
But that's all we got for y'all today. Want to thank Kevin for joining us, even though it was via phone call instead of
radio, satellite, Pony Express.
Yeah. Sometimes phones don't work.
Yeah.
They don't want to cooperate. We had that last week with Billy. We saw that. But anything you want to throw in there right before the end?
Man, I'm good. I appreciate Kevin coming on with us. I'm taking right at 45 minutes, so that was.
Yeah, I did want to throw this out here because this will be edited into the. I want to say it.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
when Kevin was, on here earlier. But that was one of my favorite stories from Kev-o. He was a heck of an umpire. I don't know if you know the story.
I'm listening.
Kevin was a heck of an umpire. But it was Summer League 14U baseball. He's behind the plate. I come strolling up. My turn to bat.
Was that molasses?
That was year one of Mo. I get up there. First ball, a little below my knees. Okay, ball. All right. Second one, right down the pipe. You can't. Perfect. I looked at Kevin. I said, "You call that a strike?" He said, "You better swing the bat." All right. Second pitch. Or third pitch, actually. I fouled it off. It's all right. He's not going to throw me anything right here. I took one at my knees. And it's the loudest I've ever heard anybody. I think he woke the dead people up when he called me out. He rung me up so fast. Woo-wee. I think I saw a corpse coming up from the graveyard across the street.
Yeah, he rung you good, didn't he?
Yeah.
I tell you, the funniest we had, I don't remember what, this was probably one of my last years playing city ball. And I wasn't the best outfielder. I mean, I was in left field, so I definitely, and Kev-o was out there hitting fungos. And man, he's the only person I can see just hit fungos like it's like he's wanting to do it in a video game. And it was getting in our last round, and I was the last one, and he bumped it up, and I caught it, and it was like we'd won the World Series. And he said, "Well, one more," and he cocked it out there to me, and that sucker hit me right in the chin. It missed my whole glove. It hit me right in the chin, and I laid there. I had stitches in my face. And he said, "Well, I guess 1 for 2 wasn't bad." Oh. Well, sure enough, Kev-o, we appreciate you coming on with us, buddy.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Take care, man.
That'll do it all for us here at the Under Review Podcast. Like I said, if you have anything, find us on Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, Instagram, anywhere you can find us.
Insta, Twitter, not Twitch.
We're there. On Facebook, like I said, if you want to rewatch the live, it'll be up. I'm going to cut some out for the Spotify and the actual YouTube channel. So all that shenanigans won't be in there. But I do want to say thank y'all for listening. And see y'all next time when we go Under Review.
We'll
get trademarked.
Thanks for making the call to go Under Review. Join us next time as we go to the monitors. Until then, keep your flag handy.